So will the property market crash? Will house prices dip to pre-pandemic prices or even further below? Or are we going to see them flatline for a short while before surging back up and making the possibility of owning a house for thousands even more elusive than ever? Well friends, today I'm going to stop sitting on the fence and make my own predictions about where I see the housing market going in the next few years, along with some tips that I would highly urge many of you to take note of just in case I'm actually right. And of course, if I'm wrong, that's absolutely fine too, because these tips will benefit you in the long run anyways. Now, we've seen the property market over the past few years defy basic logic by creeping up to all-time highs almost every single month. We've seen a large intake on the 5% deposit schemes and people getting so excited, like so excited, they didn't even realize they were overspending on their houses when the stamp duty cut and holidays were initially introduced. But nonetheless, here we are. With inflation currently sitting north of 10% and mortgage rates doubling in some instances, making the days of cheap borrowing a thing of the past, the market bubble looks like it's gonna pop. Now, before I tell you where I think the property market is going and what I'm gonna be doing about it, I must just stress, my friends, I have no bias either way. I have no agenda to promote it one way or another. And based on research, my own gut feeling, and just looking at how the market plays out historically, I think we're in for a lot more pain. I think house prices are gonna drop, and I just don't see them continuing to rise next year or even into 2024. Now, of course, that is based on what I know now and how the market currently looks. And as we know, things can change very, very quickly. Plus, I'd actually be potentially a lot richer if they didn't drop. So it doesn't bother me whether or not I'm wrong in this instance, as we are building 20 plus houses and flats on 2 sites. But what can we do right now? And how can we potentially mitigate the risks and capitalize against a property market crash should I actually be right? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm about to run through 3 things that you guys need to start doing right now. The first is start improving your credit score. Now, I know it's not rocket science, but it'll give you access to loans with much better interest rates, saving you thousands and thousands on your loans. I've got videos on this to help you get that 999 score and improve that credit report, so when you are ready to buy, you won't be at the mercy of poorer rates. Now, the second is save those pounds. Now, you know, guys, I don't advocate saving your money in the bank for just no reason, but I am a big fan and I am personally looking to save for future investments right now myself. I'm essentially building a war chest to capitalize on potential prices plummeting. Number 3, increase your income. And I'll explain in a moment what you can do on this, because on a recent live stream, I was asked if I was going to be buying more properties now. Now, other than the 2 sites that we're currently building properties on, I am not looking to buy any more properties right this second, unless of course it's heavily discounted to mitigate against any falls in prices. But what I am doing is increasing my income. Now, I have many income stream videos on this channel that you guys can literally start for free, and that may be worth getting your head around right now, my friends, and implementing to bring in more cash into your household for that war chest that you need to be building, where you could potentially make life-changing results. But I am also speaking here about the possibility of increasing your income too. For example, right now I have shifted my focus from buy, refurbish, refinance projects and buy-to-lets to serviced accommodation. We are growing our serviced accommodation business as it gives us more cash flow. And as you know, my friends, during a recession, cash is king. And having more cash available and making more profit, however, doesn't mean that I'm just out there spending it. No, I'm actually trying to earn as much money as possible to save it for that war chest that I mentioned in point 2. Now, I appreciate not everyone has an SA business. So maybe doing a few more hours at work or starting one of those side hustles I mentioned earlier with the sole intention to invest it should the market dip to grab those cheaper prices could be your best bet, and something that I highly recommend you at least think about. Because remember, what goes up must come down. And even when the housing market does crash, as it has crashed in the past, long term due to its supply and the fact that, let's face it, we all need a house to live in, the prices and demand for houses will cause the overall asset price to increase. So guys, really try and take note of these 3 points and implement these into your week, because if the market does crash, you definitely want to be prepared. Thanks for watching.